It's graduation time. It's the time of year when moms and dads and students are getting really anxious about graduation. But let me tell you about a wonderful event nationwide that's helping to save the lives of high school graduates on graduation night. It's called Project Graduation, coming up next. Welcome inside a brand new segment of Education Matters. My name is Donna Moore Westby, your host of Education Matters, where we're connecting you to the world of education one step at a time. It's a very thrilling time of year. I know some of you have been keeping up with me, and you know that my baby son Michael is a high school senior, and today's topic, Project Graduation, is certainly one that's near and dear to my heart because it means that hopefully he will be having a fun but safe evening on his graduation night. Parents, we want you to stay tuned for today's broadcast. It's going to be a fun one, and I've got a special surprise for you at the end of today's broadcast. But of course, we'd like to thank the sponsors of Education Matters, and they are Westby's Products and Services, creator of Dawn Seasoning Delight, all-purpose seasoning and marinade. Also, Bryant Insurance Agency, Miss Takia Dorn over there on Daughtery Road in Aiken, South Carolina. Thank you so much for your support as well. Also, the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School out of West Columbia. Listen, if you have children ages 16 to 19 and they're struggling in the traditional school setting, you might want to give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. You'll hear more from them when we hear from our sponsors. And then, of course, we'd like to thank those individuals I call Friends of Education Matters. And these are individuals who've pledged only $30 a month for at least 3 months to support Education Matters. And they are Betty and Isaac Rucker. Let's see. Cynthia and Willie Wright, and also Teresa and Leroy Myrick, all from Aiken, South Carolina. So thanks again to all of you. All right, now our one chalkboard reminder for this week. Don't forget, parents, Monday, May the 28th is Memorial Day. Whew! I know somebody is saying, thank you, God, I need a rest. Yes, it is Memorial Day, a very special day, so make sure you don't forget that. And it's a holiday for schools, post offices, and most banks, all right? So make sure you write that down. Go ahead and get your money ahead of time. Get those letters mailed. Take care of those children, but also take time to remember those who served us, all right? That is this week's chalkboard reminder. Okay, now it is time for the Education Matters tip of the week. Every week inside of Education Matters, we do provide you with a brand new tip. And this tip was actually a catalyst that happened this week here in our area is the loss of 2 lives from our Aiken County Public Schools. I'd like to issue prayers right now to the Dunn family in the loss of a high school senior as well as his brother, which I believe was a middle school student in Ridge Spring. So, in thinking about those families, it spawned this week's tip of the week, and here it is. Discuss safe driving techniques with young drivers. Reiterate the importance of defensive driving, removal of distractions such as cell phones, rowdy passengers, okay? Those young people tend to like to have several young people in the vehicle with them. That can be a distraction. And to obey traffic laws. Now, of course, I don't know all the details with the incident, but it just made me think about our young people and sometimes how excited they are to be behind the wheel, but not always understanding that being behind the wheel brings with it lots of responsibility. Parents, take the time to have those kinds of discussions with your young people because, of course, we know that you want to see them safe and see them return home every day. That is the Education Matters tip of the week, okay? All right, that sound means it's word of the week time inside of Education Matters. I saw in my peripheral vision my guests getting nervous because they thought it was time for them to talk. But no, we've got a little bit more time, Gail Diggs. But anyway, that sound means it's word of the week time inside of Education Matters. And this week's word of the week, I like the way it sounds, and you'll like it as well, I believe, is sabotage. Okay? Sabotage. Hopefully you are not going to sabotage anyone, but this is this word of the week. I felt like you should know it. It's been used quite a bit in our political arena these days, and it is spelled S-A-B-O-T-A-G-E. Sabotage. And it is a verb. Actually, it can also be used in the noun form, but I'm using it in the verb form for today. And it means to damage property. My director, James, I hope you're not trying to sabotage me right now, but of course you're not. To damage property or procedure as to obstruct productivity or normal functioning. It can also mean to defeat in an underhanded manner or to do harm. And here is this week's sentence. I hope you can see it. It's unimaginable that some people would sabotage the sincere efforts of others to get to the top. It happens every day, all right? But not inside of Education Matters. Sabotage is this week's word of the week for my tip of the week and word of the week from this year and last year. Go to my website, which is edmat.com. There you see it on the screen. Check it out. And after a few words from our sponsors, we'll be right back to talk with representatives from Project Graduation. Don't change that dial.
The Will Lou Gray Opportunity School has been serving the beautiful Midlands of South Carolina since 1921. Our mission has evolved over the years, and we now specialize in helping young people move past their obstacles in order to achieve success. We give students opportunities to lead, to develop social skills, to become active in their communities, and to taste success. Don't settle for less than the absolute best for your life. Contact us today to take the next step in your journey toward success.
Tired of hearing automated answering services when you have questions about auto, home, renters, motorcycle, or life insurance? Call the Bryant Insurance Agency, where you will always receive a representative ready to answer your questions and provide friendly customer service just for you. Call today for a quick quote at 803-642-8505 or visit us at 909 Daugherty Road in Aiken. Takia and her staff are ready to serve you.
When it comes to grilling, I'm the man. Using Dawn Seasoning Delight, I'm the grill master.
My seasoning is available at Kroger, Bi-Lo, Food Line, Reeds, and Harvest. Look for it on display in the meat department. Also visit seasoningdelight.com for information and recipes. Dawn Seasoning Delight. It's so good.
Dawn Seasoning Delight is so good.
The Aiken Standard has served advertisers' needs in the CSRA for more than 100 years. In the new multimedia world, we offer a host of services with that same level of dedication to generating business for our clients. Everything from broadcast commercials, corporate events, and training videos, or even if you want your event streamed live across the world using our mobile, state-of-the-art production studio. Our staff has the skills and experience to take your project from concept to completion. Call us at 803-648-2311.
Welcome back inside of the broadcast. If you're just tuning in, today we're talking about an event that is helping to save the lives of our high school seniors. I'm very excited about this time of the year because my son is a high school senior. He'll be graduating from Aiken High School on June 1st. And today, here in the studio, we have representatives of Project Graduation. If you don't know about it, look, you definitely do not want to change that dial. This is a broadcast for you today. If you have a high school senior or if you just have a child who is in Aiken County Public Schools or any school, you'll definitely want to learn about this event because you might just want to organize such an effort in your area. So joining me in the studio today is Miss Beth Ann Farrell, who is the co-chair of this year's project graduation, and also Miss Gail Diggs, City Councilwoman Gail Diggs, and also volunteer with the organization. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yes, thank you so much for coming in today. I know you both have very busy schedules, and we are here to talk about an event that is helping to save so many lives, and that's got to make you feel good.
It does.
Always.
It does. Now, I know that you, Miss Diggs, had 2 children who were able to participate in Project Graduation. Listen, first of all, tell us, Miss Beth Ann, what is Project Graduation and how did it get started?
Well, Project Graduation is actually an Area 1 school event for South Aiken and Aiken High, and for kids that are go to private school or it's homeschooled that reside in Area 1. And it's an event that it's an alcohol-free, drug-free party that we have at Odell Weeks. It's actually held on graduation night from 11:30 to 6 a.m. Yeah. So now the way it got started was actually Becky Locke, who is our, the lady that started it here in Aiken. Her son David had passed away, and this was probably about 15 years ago. And in honor of his memory, Becky has decided to bring Project Graduation to Aiken, and it's been going on for about 15 years. And the first one they had maybe about 40 kids attended, and now it's almost 400 kids that come,
wow,
which is wonderful.
Yes,
but this event is actually nationwide. It started years ago, actually I believe in Vermont or New Hampshire, and it was a school that had actually a number of students that passed away between prom and graduation, and it was because of the festivities and because of the drinking and the driving, and it was such a tragedy for this one school. They lost a number of children in 1 year, and the parents got together and said, we need to go ahead and get our kids safe on graduation night. Yes, excuse me.
Right.
So that's how it actually started. Now it's nationwide, and many communities have it. So we're thrilled to have it here in Aiken.
Oh yeah, and I know it's been going on quite a long time. My husband and I have volunteered for several years to serve as security, and I know you saw on the slide a little moment ago where it says security checks as they enter and as they exit. Well, the kids are just terrified when they see little 5'1" me.
Very, very scared of you, Donna.
But actually, tell us about what takes place with the security check-ins, because we need for the students as well as the parents to understand why we do what we do at the very beginning.
Well, yeah, because of the amount of kids that show up, we want everyone to, have a good time and not be, concerned about their belongings. So we actually have a check-in process for South Aiken and Aiken High, and then one for homeschoolers and private schools. And they come in and they will actually, submit their, if they have a cell phone on them, they can't bring it in, or any valuables. But mainly we're collecting the keys and the wallets, basically their keys and their licenses. And then that's put in a safe place. And then when they get checked out, they can have them back at the end of the event.
And there's security in the parking lot outside as well.
Right,
so
yeah. So we have
very secure.
Yeah, Chris Cady has done security for years, and I have to tell you, we have so many parents, moms and dads that come down, and they do help us volunteer with a lot of the activities. But again, this is a safe environment, so we do have, security put in place. So.
Well, I think too that one of the things we need to cover is on graduation night. It is such a special night. Of course, you have family coming in from out of town, friends coming in from out of town to celebrate this special evening. And it's quite feasible that particularly those who are graduating on June 1st, there are some graduations that have already taken place, that will take place on May 31st. But so what we're saying or what we're asking is that these graduates leave their family and friends to come and be a part of this big party. What's the incentive for them to do that?
Well, most of the kids, all their friends are there.
Okay.
So, and because
Forget the family. You just leave the money.
because we have graduation at 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock, and normally the event doesn't start till pretty much till 11:30 anyway.
Right.
So really, it's just an opportunity for them to spend a whole evening with their friends.
Yeah.
And we just provide so many activities. I mean, these kids have so many wonderful chances of winning cash and prizes throughout the night.
They won't be bored.
And they are never bored. Yeah, it's constant. And the good thing about it is that when the kids come in, you know, as I stated earlier, they have to check their cell phones. Some of them hem and hawed about it when we first started.
The students or the adults?
Actually, both.
Yeah.
But for the students, all of their friends are there. They graduated together, and if they're at project graduation, who are you going to call? They're already there.
Yeah.
You'll see
And
them.
what's wonderful is kids these days, they have a phone or an iPad and they're constantly walking around with their head down. Well, at project graduation, they have nothing to hold on. Their heads are up and they're looking at people, they're communicating. They're having a good time. And if they need to find somebody at the event, they basically have to go look for them, which promotes more talking amongst the kids.
Imagine that.
Yes.
They get to network.
Yeah. But this is the good
Both
thing.
schools.
I have gotten feedback from other kids that have, you know, attended the event, and so many times that we hear what a great evening it was. And they said, we didn't know what to expect when we got to Odell Weeks. We didn't realize we were going to transform it into what you did. And without any question, these kids realize, oh my gosh, this has been the best party.
Yeah.
Just the other day, our treasurer, Jean Covington, was doing a deposit for project graduation, and the bank teller was like, I was there in 2002. It was such a great time.
And in 2002 is the year that my oldest daughter attended and won the $500 scholarship from Bridgestone Firestone.
My goodness. So that would definitely make you want to go.
We can't forget that.
Sure.
Good things to come.
Yeah.
Very, very much so. And, you know, this really has a very deep meaning for our parents and our students. And oftentimes you hear that young people are, when they get behind the wheel, they're excited. They're not always understanding the responsibility and, you know, the risks that just are there when you're driving a vehicle. I want to share with you real quickly. This is some information that I was able to obtain from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Now, while it doesn't necessarily speak to alcohol and drug usage, it still talks about our young people driving these vehicles in this particular age. So we need to, again, go back to that tip of the week I shared, where we as parents need to talk with our young people about the responsibilities of driving. But take a look at this data right now. And this does come from the 2006 Department of Motor Vehicles report. Motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death for young adults ages 16 to 20. Of course, when we're talking about graduates from high school, they're right in that age range. In 2006, of the 6,379 young people up to age 20 killed, 77% were in the ages of 16 to 20, okay? That's a huge percentage. Also, during 2006, a young person died in a traffic crash an average of once every hour on weekends. So, of course, when we then add to that equation alcohol and drug consumption and how one becomes intoxicated and impaired behind the wheel, then of course that can make those numbers be even more tragic or worse.
And that's why it started, was because Becky Locke's son, David, was, you know, he died tragically in his senior year, and it was from drinking and driving. And she, you know, brought Project Graduation to Aiken in honor of him. And it's such a great loss. And, you know, for anyone to lose a child, especially if it's in a car accident, and it's something that can be prevented.
Yes.
These are choices that the kids are making.
Definitely.
And we just want to be able to provide them a safe environment for the most important night of their life. I mean, let's face it, we're proud of all our kids or all our graduates. They're smart, bright, young, women and men, and we want to absolutely celebrate their achievement.
Sure.
So in a healthy way. So.
And we don't want anyone's celebration to then end tragically from the unnecessary loss of life. And we know that just being a human being, death is going to come. It's a part of our process. It's a part of being a human being. But certainly if there are things we can prevent that are within our control, such as making decisions like whether or not to drink and drive, that can certainly contribute to the needless loss of a life, then we should certainly pay attention to that. Let's show some additional details about Project Graduation. Again, this event is as successful as it is because of the adult and parent volunteers such as yourselves. You both have full-time jobs, and you participate on this committee along with many other individuals. Also, it's community sponsored. Businesses and individuals, and certainly donations are still welcome. Beth Ann, as the co-chair, speak to how vital these volunteers and the community support is to helping this event to actually come to fruition.
Yeah, we've been very, very blessed in our community. We've had so many parents, back us up with Project Graduation, but most importantly, we've had the community back us up, and we so appreciate any corporation donating funds to support Project Graduation. We have people in the community that help out with the evening of the event as well. So, and it really is, it's a community effort, and really in Aiken we are very blessed to have so many people that are involved and stay involved with this event.
Even after their kids are graduated and gone.
Such as you. Now, how do kids get access to the event? I understand there's a ticket process, right?
Yeah, there is. We have ticket sales at Aiken High in South Aiken, and it's at lunchtime. It's also on graduation night. They're $10. And the good news is if you decide at the last minute, hey, I think I'm going to go to Project Graduation, you just come down to Odell Weeks at 11:30. It'll cost you $15, but still it's the best $15 you'll ever spend.
Yeah.
So buying the tickets in advance.
Yeah, you
has
can save
an
yourself
advantage.
$5.
Yeah.
Sure.
Save the $5.
And saving, I mean, every parent is looking to save
Every
wherever
penny
we can. Speaking as a parent. And again, let's go ahead and reiterate for our viewers. Project Graduation is for Area 1 schools. And if you're not sure what Area 1 is, that's comprised of South Aiken and Aiken High Schools, private schools, and home schools in the area. Again, as you just heard, students purchase those tickets in advance from their school, and believe you me, the students know this information. They know the dates of when those tickets are to be purchased, all right? I've talked with my son about it. He has his. If they really want to go, they're getting those tickets in advance, all right? But if they do change their mind or decide at the last minute that they want to come to Project Graduation on that night, just send them to the Odell Week Center with $15 and they can get in. And of course, this will take place on Friday, June the 1st. From 11:30 p.m. till around 6 a.m. at Odell Week Center, until the committee falls out and can't take it anymore. But I understand it's going to be a great evening of fun, but most importantly, helping to save the lives of our young people. You can't get much better than that.
No, we're excited about it. So.
Well, we're looking forward to it. After a few words from our sponsors, we'll be back. We'll talk about what will take place on that evening. Our entertainment co-chair or chairperson, Ms. Gail Diggs, has a lot up her sleeve, and you'll want to know about this because parents, look, sometimes if it's up to a child, they may not want to take this safe route, so they might need a little nudging from you to say, hey, I think you need to be a part of this, especially if it's going to help them have fun, but also have safe fun. Again, tobacco-free, drug-free, alcohol-free. As a parent, you can't ask for more than that. After a few words from our sponsors, we'll be right back.
Tired of hearing automated answering services when you have questions about auto, home, renters, motorcycle, or life insurance? Call the Bryant Insurance Agency, where you will always receive a representative ready to answer your questions and provide friendly customer service just for you. Call today for a quick quote at 803-642-8505 or visit us at 909 Daugherty Road in Aiken. Takia and her staff are ready to serve you.
If you read the Aiken Standard, Rob Novitt is certainly no stranger to you, for he is a senior writer for the Aiken Standard and he covers a variety of educational stories. Well, next time, inside of Education Matters, Rob Novitt will be my guest, and we'll talk about public education from a writer's perspective. It will be quite an interesting broadcast. So tune in next time, inside of Education Matters on ASTV Channel 95.
The Will Gray Opportunity School has been serving the beautiful Midlands of South Carolina since 1921. Our mission has evolved over the years, and we now specialize in helping young people move past their obstacles in order to achieve success. We give students opportunities to lead, to develop social skills, to become active in their communities, and to taste success. Don't settle for less than the absolute best for your life. Contact us today to take the next step in your journey toward success.
Hi, my name is Donna Moore Westby, host of Education Matters. Did you know that all of the previous broadcasts of Education Matters are available to you right from your very own computer? Let's take a look. All you need to do is go on your computer to my website, edmat.com, of course with 2 T's, and there you will see my website. This is my actual website, okay? What you'll find on my website are a variety of articles. You can connect with me on Facebook right in here, as you see. We also have listed our word of the week and our tip of the week, okay? But if you scroll back up at the top and click on videos, then it will redirect you to my Aiken Standard Television Education Matters website. Now, what I want you to see is that over here to the right, episodes 1 through 25, and then 26 through the most recent. Also, as you can see, we also have the live connection, but all of these broadcasts are available to you to watch from your very own home or church so that you can conduct workshops and still get the valuable information brought to you right here inside of Education Matters with me, Donna Moore Westby, right here on ASTV Channel 95.
I lead a busy life, but I still have to make sure my family eats right. And everybody loves Dawn's Seasoning Delight. I use Dawn's on meats and vegetables. It's healthy, tastes great, and it's simple to use. It's like having a chef in a bottle.
My seasoning is available at Kroger, Bilo, Food Line, Reeds, and Harvest. Look for it on display in the meat department. Also visit seasoningdelight.com for information and recipes. Dawn's Seasoning Delight. It's so good.
Welcome back inside of the broadcast. I want to recap for you if you're just joining us in the broadcast today. We're talking about an event called Project Graduation, and this is an event on graduation night that takes place at 11:30 p.m. actually. You've got adult volunteers and parents who help to make the night successful because the community is coming together. James, if you would, please go ahead and put up that slide for me. There we go. We've got adult volunteers and parents who come together and help put on this one-night event. There's quite a bit of planning. I believe my guest here will attest to that. And the community sponsors it. Businesses, individuals, we'll talk more about that with our guests right now. And of course, donations are still welcome. Now, a little bit more details on Project Graduation. It is for the Area 1 schools, which comprises South Aiken, Aiken High School, private schools, and home schools in the Area 1 designation. Tickets have already been purchased in advance from students, however, and they're $10. However, if students decide they want to participate on that night, they can come to Odell Weeks, purchase their tickets for $15, and they will be allowed to come on in. As you can see there, This event will take place on Friday, June 1st from 11:30 p.m. till 6 a.m. or thereabouts, or until the committee passes out. Ladies, welcome back inside of the broadcast. Before we heard from our sponsors, we were talking a little bit about the entertainment. I know you don't want to spoil all the surprises for the attendees, but just take it from me, it is Odell Weeks will never look like it does not look like Odell Weeks. Tell us about some of the entertainment that'll take place that night.
Well, first of all, they'll have a casino, which is sponsored by the Shatoma Club. Sumo wrestling.
Oh, I love the sumo wrestling. That is hilarious.
Suits and jitsun. Is it called jilton?
Jousting.
Jousting.
Yeah.
When they
Okay.
still like sumo wrestling.
Okay.
There's a DJ, so for the purpose of those who want to do some dancing, of course, line dancing is still popular. You know, everybody wants to do the wobble.
Definitely.
So you have that opportunity. You have a massage room. Go and relax and have a massage, and of course all of this is free. The Wii room, so that they can play with the Wii games. Let's see. Oh, we forgot about the photographer. They get to dress up and take pictures. Todd List has been doing that for years.
So what do you mean, dress up?
Just put on whatever our theme is, and we don't ever tell you
they
what
get
the
to
theme
dress
is.
up and take candid
Right.
shots.
Okay.
And he lets them, when they get ready to go home, they actually leave with that portrait, and usually it's them and a few of their friends. So it's so much fun just to see the looks on their faces, because everybody's making faces.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's serious that night for some reason. I haven't been serious enough with school, and you know that it's over, so it's time to relax, and they take advantage of that.
Okay.
And of course, the basketball game, which is a shootout.
Yeah, it's I think it's called shootout. It's basically all the guys do it from Aiken High and South Aiken, and they see who wins, and then the girls do it, and then we do it for the guy and the girls. And last year I think one of the girls won. So but yeah, and that's I think Young Life's coming in, and they're going to be helping out with that. We have so much participation with the community, sponsoring so many games, activities, and support.
And just remember, all night long, all the food that you can eat,
The
whatever
food
you
is
can imagine.
The food is
chicken wings,
unbelievable.
pizza,
Yeah.
nachos.
It's just unending food.
Everything they want to eat, it's there. All the soft drinks, of course, bottled water and juices for the benefit of those who don't want the soft drinks.
Right.
And our finale is our womanless pageant, which takes place actually about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Nobody looks good.
Well, you know,
3 in
you
the
think
morning.
about it. You know, you're in this lull. You've been there all night, and all of a sudden you need something to really just wake you up. This is it.
This is it, huh?
And the audience gets to participate because
they
the
do.
audience and each
They have a good
participant
time.
has a stage name.
Yeah,
So
do.
they make up their name. A lot of times, neither of the schools are familiar with who exactly is participating. So, you know, they're surprised when they see these guys come out there, and sometimes they really have to look hard to figure out who it is. You know, you can transform an athlete into a very good-looking person.
Very good-looking women.
Yes,
Even
you
with the
can.
beard and the mustache.
Even with the beard and the mustache.
Yeah, we had some
You
pretty
know,
boys there.
we had
last
some
year.
really cute guys over the years, and so the crowd gets to participate in voting.
Yeah,
Because
they have
you know,
a good
of course,
time.
you get to they do their applause. They give their applause for the ones that they like best, and that's how we determine the winners. But they also have to come out and introduce themselves. So these guys have to be comfortable because they also have to perform a choreographed dance.
My goodness.
They did.
And
Oh,
they
they
have
worked
two
hard.
practices.
Interesting.
Yes, they have two practices. And
Is
this
this
year,
videotaped? Is this
actually, parents come and video. We
Actually,
don't.
we don't.
We
We
don't.
don't.
Some
And-
parents there actually
but we don't.
video it, but
It's
we
just-
don't.
Just
Because
living
we
in the
don't, you
moment.
don't really want everybody to see the next year, because you know, then you know when if it's your turn to participate, you know what your competition probably gonna look like, and you get too many ideas. So
Okay, I'm
we
with
don't
you.
usually share that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm
it's a good
going to really
You
look
start
forward
from
to
scratch.
That. And see how my son transforms himself.
And what size shoe does your son wear?
I think he's up to 12 or 13,
Okay.
something like
Good.
that. So
Shoe
have
time,
pretty
Gordon
long foot as a
Highway,
woman.
high heels,
Put
shoe
some
time.
heels.
I'm suggesting shoe time, Gordon Highway for
Well,
his shoes.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. I know you both don't have children actually participating this year.
Not
why
anymore.
do you, Miss Beth Ann, why do you keep working with this?
Well, I started years ago in the casino, just
Mhm.
helping out in the casino, and then Project Graduation needed a chair, and it seems like every 5 years we kind of transfer the chairs over because your kids are getting older and they're graduating.
Mhm.
Well, I do have two younger ones. I have one that's a sophomore and one that's a junior, and they will have their time in a few years. It's important just to have a lot of parents that participate in here. They actually don't have. Our other co-chair, her child graduated 3 or 4 years ago, but yet she's still volunteering.
Yeah.
It's a community event. It's supported by the community, and it's supported by so many wonderful parents from South Aiken and Aiken High. And if there are any other parents out there that are willing to, volunteer, we could always use more volunteers. And the parents, I think, have more fun of a time than actually the kids do.
Yeah.
We have a great time.
Yeah.
So, but again, it's just another celebration, and we just, rejoice.
Well, let me
to do it.
ask you this, because I know that graduation night, many kids are looking forward to possibly leaving home. They can see college on the horizon, and some of them probably, going to. There's some specific things I want to do on graduation night. How do you actually convince these young teenagers these days that this is where they need to be? I think we even have some photos of an event that gets them kind of spun up and excited about the event. James, let's roll through some of these, and I think we start out with Aiken High.
Yeah.
All right.
What we did was we went down to the schools, to Aiken High and to South Aiken and at Gerardo. We did a Let's Make a Deal event. Now remember, Let's Make a Deal was hosted by Monty Hall many years ago, and the kids are familiar with it because it's on the air now.
Mhm.
And it turns out that we ask the kids for little items, we pay them, and then we have 3 boxes for prizes. So they're all anticipating, waiting to see which box that the kids are going to choose. And it turns out that we have many winners that day. We give out lots of cash prizes, and we actually have one box that was like a money box. They would just start feeding out money.
So those 2 boxes
yes,
right there? Okay.
Right, exactly. So a lot of the kids getting excited, and I wanted to let them know this is at South Aiken, and I wanted the kids to know that in this event that this is what Project Graduation's about. It is that much excitement all night long. And the kids have a great time. This is at South Aiken, and Ed Gerardo came down there and did it as well, and the kids got so excited. There's the money that comes out, and we just had a ball with the kids, and they were so receptive. And let's face it, our kids, they like to have fun, and we want to show them a good time. So this got the energy rolling. This got them to think about the event. This gave us an opportunity to explain to them about the ticket sales, about the student pledge. It gave us an opportunity just to give them all the details, and they were all so excited. And when Miss Gal asked them to participate in the Womanless Beauty
This is
Pageant,
when I get my participants all signed up.
they signed up very quickly.
Right. Uh-huh.
So we're excited for them.
Well, that's
Also,
good.
we have a Facebook page. So if anybody in the community needs to know more about Project Graduation, they can go ahead and get on our Facebook page and communicate with us through there as well.
Okay.
So
I think it
that'd be
also, on a deeper level, it lets these young people see that you can have fun without drugs, without alcohol, without the cigarettes, without the pressures of sex. And isn't that what we want for our young people today? It's almost like we're getting away from that when they see reality television, which is, I hope is not that real, but when you see all of these things as competing for our young people's attention, trying to entice them, that the only way you can be cool is if you engage in all of those types of activities. Doesn't it make Project Graduation so vital, so important, because it's reaching them on a deeper level?
It really is.
And as a parent who doesn't have children in the school system anymore, I still feel a need to support the activities for our children in this area. I still attend all the basketball and football games.
Yes, you do, and I hear your
I'm
voice.
a fan. Yes, what can I say? I am a
Me
big
too.
fan, a huge fan, and I don't think that'll ever end.
Yeah.
But especially for project graduation, because I believe in the purpose of it.
Oh,
and
yes,
that is to
definitely.
make sure that our kids have something to do that's drug-free and alcohol-free. And actually, if parents think about it, if they were planning this big graduation party on graduation night, this can actually save them money.
Oh, we gotta ring that bell. Save money. Yes.
Because rather than putting that money in a big party and having all their friends over, hey, their friends are going to be with them at project graduation. That's money you can save and give to them later on.
That's
or
it's the
something
best
else.
$10 that a student
Yes,
will
it is.
spend. And when you look at when project graduation started, what it costs for, say, college tuition, or what it costs for a gallon of gas. I mean, when project graduation started, a gallon of gas was under $1. Now, look at the price.
Things have changed.
The price on project graduation has never changed. It's always been $10 for a pre-sale ticket and $15 at the door. So
Well,
it's the
and
best money you're going to
And
spend.
I think a big testament of that too has to do with the types of donations you receive from corporations and individuals. Are you still accepting donations?
Always.
Always.
Yes.
Okay, well that's good to know, because I have my it's not going to break the bank or make anybody roll over, but
Thank you.
it's just a little contribution in addition to our
Very
time
much
that we will
appreciated.
give
Very much.
on that evening.
And it's these envelopes that come in, and there could be $5 in an envelope or a corporate sponsor of 500 or 1,000. But each donation matters, and if everyone can just give a little bit, it would make such a huge difference. And we can have the opportunity to give out more scholarships, because you can pile that money together. Every $5 and $10, add them up, and then before you know, we're awarding children scholarships for $500.
That's wonderful.
So, and we do it in honor of David Locke. So, as well. We always have a David Locke scholarship that goes to an Aiken High student and to a South Aiken student.
Wonderful. James, if you will, put that slide back up on there for us that talks about the event, Area 1 Schools, project graduation for South Aiken and Aiken High School, private schools, and homeschools in the area. Again, the students need to purchase the tickets in advance from their schools for $10, or if they decide to come on that evening, then they can just come to the event that night, but the tickets will be $15 at that time. Again, this is project graduation, Friday, June the 1st from 11:30 p.m. till 6 a.m. at the H. Odell Weeks Center. Now for that very last slide, for more information, just go to their email account. You can send an email for questions or comments, aikenprojectgraduation@yahoo.com. All right? After a few words from our sponsors, I'll come back and share with you a very new segment I'm adding to the broadcast. And we're going to be cooking with delight. All right? We'll see you in just a minute.
When it come to grilling, I'm the man. Using Dawn seasoning delight, I'm the grill master.
My seasoning is available at Kroger, Buy Low, Food Line, Reeds, and Harvest. Look for it on display in the meat department. Also visit seasoningdelight.com for information and recipes. Dawn Seasoning Delight. It's so good.
Dawn Seasoning Delight is so good.
The Aiken Standard has served advertisers' needs in the CSRA for more than 100 years. In the new multimedia world, we offer a host of services with that same level of dedication to generating business for our clients. Everything from broadcast commercials, corporate events, and training videos, or even if you want your event streamed live across the world using our mobile, state-of-the-art production studio. Our staff has the skills and experience to take your project from concept to completion. Call us at 803-648-2311.
The Will Gray Opportunity School has been serving the beautiful Midlands of South Carolina since 1921. Our mission has evolved over the years, and we now specialize in helping young people move past their obstacles in order to achieve success. We give students opportunities to lead, to develop social skills, to become active in their communities, and to taste success. Don't settle for less than the absolute best for your life. Contact us today to take the next step in your journey toward success.
If you are calling from a touch-tone phone
Tired of hearing automated answering services when you have questions about auto, home, renters, motorcycle, or life insurance? Call the Bryant Insurance Agency, where you will always receive a representative ready to answer your questions and provide friendly customer service just for you. Call today for a quick quote at 803-642-8505 or visit us at 909 Daugherty Road in Aiken. Takia and her staff are ready to serve you.
I lead a busy life, but I still have to make sure my family eats right. And everybody loves Don's Seasoning Delight. I use Don's on meats and vegetables. It's healthy, tastes great, and it's simple to use. It's like having a chef in a bottle.
My seasoning is available at Kroger, Buy Low, Food Line, Reeds, and Harvest. Look for it on display in the meat department. Also visit seasoningdelight.com for information and recipes. Don's Seasoning Delight. It's so good.
As part of the upcoming South Carolina Outdoor Expo brought to you by Carolina Outdoors and the Aiken Standard, we want footage from your favorite outdoor experiences. Send us photos or video from the biggest fish caught to your favorite hunt or even your best turkey call. Send to scoutdoorexpo@aikenstandard.com or call 803-644-2377 for more information. And don't forget, the South Carolina Outdoor Expo is coming to the USC Aiken Convocation Center on June 23rd. Tickets go on sale April 2nd.
Welcome back inside of the broadcast, and we're so glad you're with us. As you can see, I'm in my apron for a brand new segment inside of Education Matters, and this is where we highlight one of our sponsors. Today, we're cooking with delight. That is Don's Seasoning Delight, all-purpose seasoning and marinade. You can see right here, it's available in a variety of sizes. You've got your pint size, you've got your quart size, and then you have your half-gallon size. And as you can see, well, there are two different labels. This is our spicy, which has just a touch of cayenne pepper and a little bit of black pepper. But what we wanted to share with you today about Don's Seasoning Delight, and we're so appreciative for them for being one of our sponsors, is we know that many of you like to eat, right? Well, we've got to eat. But of course, with today's emphasis on eating healthy and trying to take care of our bodies, it's a pretty safe bet that you have seen the Don's Seasoning Delight, but you've been passing by it in the grocery stores, not really knowing what it is and how to use it. Well, today, inside of Education Matters, we wanted to spend a little time, first of all, thanking Westby's Products and Services for being a sponsor of Education Matters, but also to educate you on how this one seasoning has such a variety of uses, all right? So what I've already done, and I want you to take a look at what I have here on the table, on our talking table, I have 5 different, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different uses of Don's Seasoning Delight. And I'll start here. Of course, I have just a bowl of fresh greens for a salad, and we're going to talk about that. And I also have spaghetti. All right, you say spaghetti, how in the world can you use Don's Delight with spaghetti? Well, we're going to talk about that. And then, of course, we also have some pre-cooked chicken strips, all right? That means they're already cooked, so you don't have to worry about cooking them. And we're going to tell you about how we use the Don's seasoning there. And then, of course, green beans. Now, what's going to be a surprise to you is that these green beans are canned. Yes, they're canned. And what we're going to do is share with you not only that Don's Seasoning Delight is very healthy, but it's also full of flavor. And ladies, if you're like me, you want to provide healthy meals for your family if you're the one that's doing the cooking, or gentlemen, all right? Everybody wants to take care of their bodies, but sometimes you don't have the time to prepare an elaborate meal that also tastes great, that takes care of that person who is trying to watch their weight, but then you have kids who just worry about taste. Well, let me tell you, Don's Seasoning Delight is the one seasoning that takes care of all of the finicky eaters or the eaters in your household, all right? It is the perfect all-occasion seasoning one seasoning, my husband likes to say, one seasoning for every reason, all right? And we're going to tell you those every reasons. But before we do, I also want to run a little close-up here of the health benefits of Dawn seasoning. No carbs, no fat, no sugar, all right? Especially for those of you who are diabetics and you're having to watch your sugar intake, Dawn Seasoning Delight has no sugar. No MSG, monosodium glutamate. Many of us are having headaches and other allergic reactions to MSG and may not even realize that that's what's causing those reactions in our bodies. It's probably MSG. Low sodium, that is one of the best benefits of Dawn seasoning. It only has 270 milligrams of sodium per serving, which is 1 tablespoon. Now, what makes that so unique is that most of your marinades have at least 1,000 to 1,400 milligrams of sodium, all right? That's the difference, a big difference in Dawn Seasoning Delight. And then it's only 5 calories per serving. So when you look at that, you say, man, but what about the flavor, okay? Because a lot of people sometimes just care about the flavor of food. You know, oftentimes you think, well, if a product is healthy for you, then it can't taste great. Wrong. Just look at me. I love to eat, but I also try to take care of myself. Dawn Seasoning Delight helps us with all of that. Okay, so let's get busy. Let me show you what we have here. I'm going to start with the green beans, okay? Families, moms and dads, you probably have children who do not care for vegetables. Why is that? Well, it's because you're taking them straight out of a can with no seasoning. We all like for food to taste right, taste good, right? That's what makes it feel good going down. If you're just taking a can of green beans and opening them up and serving them, I wouldn't want to eat that either. That's also what's happening in our schools. But that's because we're trying to watch the sodium intake. Well, all you've got to do, I'm showing you my actual bottle of Dawn Seasoning Delight. What we do at our home is we will take 1 pint of Dawn Seasoning Delight, pour it into a half-gallon jug. This happens to be our Dawn Delight half-gallon jug. Fill the rest of the jug up with water. And that becomes what we call our 3-in-1 mix of Dawn seasoning. Then you just keep this in the refrigerator, and when you're ready to do your vegetables, you've got your seasoning. So what I've done with the green beans is I have already poured out the liquid that is in the can of green beans. I've poured that out, placed my green beans in a microwave-safe dish, poured on my seasoning, okay? And as you can see here, I don't have a lot. It depends on the amount of green beans you're cooking, whether you do a stovetop or doing it in the microwave, and all you do is simmer. Let it cook right in there. Your green beans will be full of flavor, and I guarantee you, as we have seen so many times, your children will start to eat vegetables. If they don't eat them, you let me know, but I guarantee you they will, all right? So that's dish number 1. Then we'll go to dish number 2. Again, what helps to save on time is the fact that this chicken is already pre-cooked. I'm not going to say the name because they didn't pay for any advertising. But anyway, I got them from the frozen meat section. You can get chicken tenders, whatever you like, already pre-cooked. Then what did I do? I took my Dawn Seasoning Delight, opened it up, full strength, sprinkled it on till, you know, it's even or level with the meat, put it in the microwave and cooked. And basically you're just thawing out your meat there, and you've got it already seasoned, okay? So there's your meat. Now dish number 3 is you can take some of this chicken and put on top of that salad, and boom, there you have, if I can get it up, chicken salad. Yes, of course. All right. And then another use of that Dawn's Delight, even before you've placed the chicken on that salad, is you can sprinkle it right on your greens. There you have a very flavorful salad dressing. Oop, I made a mess there. Very flavorful salad dressing, and it doesn't have all the fat, okay, and the saturated fats and all that kind of good stuff. I actually sound intelligent. All right, and then of course the other dish was the green beans, and my final dish is spaghetti. Okay, now you look at spaghetti, it looks like your spaghetti at home, right? You've got your noodles and your meat sauce. The difference is that the meat, the ground chuck I used, was seasoned with Don's Delight. So as I'm actually browning browning my meat, whether you use ground chuck, ground beef, or ground turkey, whatever it is you use, as you're browning that meat, take your full strength of Don's Delight, whether it's your spicy or your original, pour it in and continue to let it cook right in that seasoning. Now, you might say, well, how much? You're not telling me how much. It doesn't matter. Because the sodium content is so low, your food will not get overpowered from the Dawn Seasoning Delight. So there you have it. What we're trying to get you to see is no longer should you walk past that Dawn's Delight display that's in the meat section of your stores. It's available in Kroger, Bilo, Food Lion, Reed's, also on the internet. Go to www.seasoningdelight.com, and there you will find recipes in addition to locations and more information about how Dawn's seasoning became the great seasoning that it is, okay? Great as a marinade. I mean, chicken, poultry, beef, it does it all right? You're cooking with delight, and we thank you so much, and hopefully you'll run out and get your bottle, but not before you hear from Dawn Seasoning Delight. Thanks again.
When it comes to grilling, I'm the man. Using Dawn Seasoning Delight, I'm the grill master.
My seasoning is available at Kroger, Bilo, Food Line, Reed's, and Harvest. Look for it on display in the meat department. Also visit seasoningdelight.com for information and recipes. Dawn Seasoning Delight. It's so good.
Dawn Seasoning Delight is so good.
Podcast again as I'm surrounded by this wonderful food. I am hungry. I am ready to eat, and I hope you are too. But we want you really to go out and support our sponsors, Bryant Insurance Agency, Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, Westby's Products and Services with Dawn Seasoning Delight, all of our corporate sponsors who make it possible for Education Matters to be on the air every week. You know, I recognize my sponsors every week, and you may wonder why I do that. Well, it definitely costs money for us to bring these quality programs to you every week. There's a lot of time and energy that goes into researching the information, booking or scheduling the guests, the production crew, making sure we have our operations in order and that we have the best resources available. It takes money, and we sure hope more of you will consider supporting our broadcast as well as supporting those businesses who make it possible for us to bring you these programs every week. I want to say to those of you who are graduating from high school, I'm so very proud of you. Keep on reaching for the stars. Don't ever let anyone tell you you can't do something that you know in your heart you want to do. As long as it's positive and you are willing to work for it, it can come to fruition, all right? Parents, make sure you watch out for those children, especially on graduation night. There's so many temptations out there, but I know you'll all do the right thing. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, my name is Donna Moore Westby, your host of Education Matters, where we're connecting you to the world of education one step at a time. Go get that Dawn seasoning. Bye.
If you are interested in becoming an individual or corporate sponsor of Education Matters, contact Donna Moore Wesby at 803-507-6793 or email at donnawesby@aol.com.